Hey there, my friend. Welcome back. This is Dr. Anthony Balduzzi from the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. And I get asked by men and women all the time, hey, Dr. A, how many calories should I eat to lose weight? And I think this is an incredibly important topic, especially when you look around. Everyone's talking about calories, their macros, how many proteins, carbs, and fats. And ultimately, all that stuff is just useless theory unless you know the numbers that are specific for you, your body, and your goals. So in this video, we have a couple aims. One, we're going to talk about the whole calories and weight loss thing in general. Two, I actually have a free tool in the description below where you can actually open up our Fit Father and Fit Mother Calorie Calculator, where you can actually enter in your height, weight, age, and activity level. And it's actually going to kick out a really, really good starting figure for the amount of calories that are right for you and your body. And of course, in this video, we're going to explain how that number is calculated and why it's important to you. But just know we actually have some amazing resources linked in the description. I want you to check those out too. So without further ado, get out your pen and paper, take some notes. Let's dive on in. All right, so let's get into today's video on how many calories should I eat to lose weight. As you probably know because you're watching this video, the process of losing weight requires that your body is in a calorie deficit, meaning you're eating fewer calories than you're burning every single day. And there's a couple ways we can do that. We can go and actually clean up our nutrition, which is the number one key, and we can eat less high-calorie foods, less junk foods, less snacks, less sugars, and that's gonna lower our calorie intake, which means naturally we're gonna be in a greater deficit. And on the other hand, we can go and exercise and burn more calories and improve our metabolism so we're burning more calories all the time. Both are important levers that we want to play with, but if you had to pick one, nutrition is the foundation of weight loss, period. And that's why it's so important to have a general idea of how many calories your body should be having. Because quite frankly, if you're eating too many calories, you might be losing weight at a slow rate, if not at all. And if you're eating too few, you could find that you're losing weight very quickly, but you're starving all the time and you're hungry and you're not building the habits and sustainable plan to actually keep the weight off. So we're going to give you a very reasonable number that's going to be healthy for your metabolism, that's going to help you lose weight and see results this week without starving yourself or without feeling you're on an unsustainable plan. There's like the Goldilocks principle when it comes to calories. Not too hot, not too cold. You want the right kind of balance of calories. So the factors that influence how many calories your body needs is your age. As we age and we get older, our metabolism naturally slows. So you're burning more calories at rest when you were in your teens and 20s than when you are in your 40s, 50s, and 60s. It's just a natural fact of life. So that's one variable. Second variable is if your gender, men and women. Men typically have higher bone mineral densities, higher muscle mass, different hormonal profiles. Men burn more calories than women at rest. So that's a factor. And then there's height and there's weight. The larger you are, the bigger your organs are, the bigger your muscles are, the more calories it takes for your body to, essentially exist. That's why you hear these stories of people who are very overweight, such as 500-600 pound people who need to lose a lot of weight. They may need 5,000 calories just to maintain that amount of body mass so they can lose weight very quickly, because when they get on a 3,000 calorie diet, still a lot of food, they're in a 2,000 calorie deficit every day. So obviously your body mass influences this thing. So if you're someone who's 150 pounds and you want to be 120 pounds, you're going to need fewer calories than someone who is 250 pounds trying to get to 200 pounds. So that calorie calculator I have for you below actually takes all of that into account. Your height, your weight, your age, your gender. And the final factor that influences how many calories you should be eating to lose weight is your activity level. If you're working a desk job versus if you're a construction worker, there's a big difference in how many calories you're burning every single day. So that also needs to be taken into account. So that Fit Father Calorie Calculator I have linked for you below actually gives you the exact number of calories that you need to eat based on your gender, your height, your weight, your age, and your activity factor. So let's use a man, for example, a guy who's 40 years old, he's 250 pounds, he wants to be 200 pounds. Roughly speaking, punching those numbers in the calorie calculator, we're gonna get a total daily energy expenditure, the number of calories that guy burns per day, doing his life, going to work, coming home, doing his activity level of somewhere roughly around 2,500 calories, let's say. So that means if this guy eats 2,500 calories, he's gonna maintain weight. If he eats over that, he's gonna slowly gain weight. If he eats under that, he's gonna lose weight. So the question is, how big do we make our calorie deficit? And what I recommend is for this particular individual, I like to put a calorie deficit for, in this instance, of around 20%. So let's get him somewhere around 2,000 calories versus 2,500. The reason I like a calorie deficit that's not too aggressive, we're not putting him on a 1,500 calorie diet and doing a 1,000 calorie deficit, but it's not so modest that there's still enough of an effect that the guy's gonna see weight loss in that very first week. It's gonna be very motivating, but he's not gonna be in such deficit that he's starving. So the calorie calculator I have for you actually calculates your TDEE, your total daily energy expenditure, which is the number of calories that you burn every single day. And if you eat that number of calories, that's how you maintain weight. And it actually gives you that 20% figure off that's decreased by 20. And that's gonna be enough to have you start losing weight. And I recommend you start with a moderate figure, because the worst thing you can do, and this is what most people do on diets, is they get on a very aggressive diet, they cut out all the carbs, they cut out all the sugars, which are good, but if you're not eating enough food, you're not gonna be able to sustain that over the long haul. And it's better to actually start with a more moderate approach. So let's say that we came up with that figure of 2,000 calories for that guy. The next question we need to ask ourselves is, how many meals are we gonna eat throughout the day, and when are we gonna eat them? Because that's gonna dictate how we're gonna divide up those calories. So let's say that this guy normally has breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner, a very common meal timing setup we use here at the Fit Father Project and Fit Mother Project. A way we might actually divide up those calories is doing 600 calories at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a 200 calorie snack sometime in the afternoon. And that's perfect, right? That hits that 2,000 calorie figure, and it also makes this meal plan a lot more actionable, because even if you're not making your own food, you know, you go out to some of these major restaurants, they have the 500 calorie menu. So if you order something off that, it's getting you roughly in the ballpark of where you need to be. But of course, if you actually join some of our Fit Father or Fit Mother programs, we give you all the recipes, all the simple at-home stuff, the shakes, the snacks that fit into those figures. But the key is, know your total daily energy expenditure. We're gonna multiply that by 0.8, a 20% reduction, and then we're gonna spread that calorie target out throughout the day with actionable meals. So let's say this guy does a different kind of meal timing setup. He doesn't wanna do the breakfast, lunch, snack, and dinner. He wants the intermittent fast. And he wants to have 2 meals per day with 1 snack. He has his first meal at noon, he has a snack at 3, and he has a dinner at 8 o'clock. In that case, he could have 2 meals that are 800 calories and a 400 calorie snack. So he's just compressing those calories into a smaller eating window. He could eat a lot of different kinds of foods. And imagine, with that kind of calorie window, you can eat a lot of foods. You don't have to be worried about eating rabbit food, and you can still be losing weight. That's why a lot of people tend to like intermittent fasting, but both those setups work incredibly well. It's about finding the one that fits into your schedule and the one that feels the most natural for you. So I guess the big take home with this message is that I want you to use that calorie calculator, because although it's not necessary to track your calories and count every gram of protein, carbs that you put in your mouth, we actually advocate against that. It'll make you crazy and neurotic. It's good to have a general idea of what your target should be. And target for the day is great, but when you break it down and know your exact meal timing setup, then you have a target for each of your meals. And when you know that each of your weight loss meals should roughly be 500 calories, then that gives you a lot of flexibility when you go out into the world and you're eating different foods to find things that fit that regimen, versus I have to have every meal be 1 chicken breast with 3/4 cup rice with 3 florets of broccoli. Like, that can be very limiting, and actually makes it hard for you to stick to your plan because it's not flexible. The conditions are very rigid for you succeeding. But if you know that my meals need to be 500 calories, you have a lot more options. You could hit 500 calories with a big salad that you order out at a restaurant at a lunch meeting. You could hit 500 calories with a piece of fish and some rice and some greens. You could hit 500 calories, honestly, eating a healthy meal, but you slipped up a little bit and you had a couple bites of dessert that you know you shouldn't have necessarily had, but hey, you're still in the calorie target. You can still lose weight that way. So the point is to get on a calorie target that's going to be sustainable for you over the long haul. That calorie calculator link below is going to help you tremendously. And if you're really motivated to lose weight and you want to join some of our programs and actually get the proven path step by step, where we give you the full meal plan, all the simple metabolism boosting workouts, and my team and I coach you to success. We have our Fit Father and our Fit Mother programs that are incredibly successful, helped over 26,000 men and women lose over 150,000 pounds. And we also have linked below a free 1-day meal plan and a free weight loss jumpstart for fit moms and fit dads. So if you want to scroll below and start with those free resources, that's great as well. Again, over 150,000 people are using some of those resources. So I hope you enjoy that. Check the description for all those amazing resources. We can get you started on that, and that calorie calculator for you is in the description as well. If this is your first time around the FFP channel, subscribe, join us here. We literally have hundreds of videos on the channel covering important stuff like the right kinds of calories to eat for weight loss, the best exercise to boost your metabolism, how to get and stay motivated, how to keep the weight off, and how to get your family healthy too. We are the Fit Father Project and the Fit Mother Project. This is what we do. We help busy moms and dads get and stay healthy for their families. So we're grateful you found our channel. Hit the subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up if you found this useful, and drop us a comment below if you have any topic requests for future videos. We'd love to have you around the channel. We'll see you in future videos, and I'll talk to you very soon.